Hello, motherfucker.
I think we talked about, I don't know how long, maybe
Oh
20
my
minutes
God.
before, for like 20 minits talking about how we got to keep it chill, not be cringy.
Fuck that.
And as
We're
soon
gonna
as,
be cringy.
yeah, that's great. To our zero fan base.
That's okay.
All right.
We'll get views eventually. As soon as
Well-
people realize how fucking dumb we are.
Yeah.
All right.
Need to take their aggression out on someone.
Yeah, exactly. Timmy.
Great, you fucked up the mic.
We hate Timmy, by the way.
All right. Well,
All right. So
welcome. I'm RD.
I'm Jerikai. Don't
Hey.
wear it. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
And welcome to the podcast. Well, this is episode 1, so we're not gonna get right into all of our stuff. We probably should introduce ourselves so you get familiar. You want to go first, Jerikai?
My name is Jerikai. This whole operation was my idea.
That is true.
Anyways, I've been a nerd my entire life. My whole life basically revolved around this shit, so get used to it. Fucker, I'll cut that out. Anywho, yeah, my favorite Marvel movie is Iron Man 1, the first one. Favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 6. That's 6 in sign language. Okay. My favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 6 because that final fight with... You know what? I'm going to do a whole video talking about that, so we'll leave that for another time. Go ahead.
I'm RD. I just like him, I've been a nerd for a very long time. I think I'm certified platinum at this point. Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah, okay. All right. I would say my favorite Star Wars movie is obviously Episode 3. I'm a prequels guy. I love the prequels. I've actually recently been binge watching the Clone Wars again for like the 5th time. It doesn't ever get old, honestly.
No.
You really can't go wrong with it. My favorite Marvel movie, I would say, is Winter Soldier. I'm huge, as you could tell, huge Captain America fan. And so just the vibes from that movie, it just felt like, it felt right. It felt right at home because, how do you make a good Marvel movie when about a bunch of people with lesser abilities, not including Captain America, obviously he has abilities, but when you got Black Widow and you've got S.H.I.E.L.D., how do you make a good movie about them? And I think they hit that perfectly.
You know what's funny? That movie actually kind of saved my faith in Marvel. I was like, what movie was it? It was like Iron Man 3. I didn't like very much, and then Thor: The Dark World I didn't like very much. I saw them both in theaters, and I was just kind of like, all right, I'll focus all my attention on the Star Wars. And then me and my dad actually went to go see Winter Soldier, and I was like, dude, the Russo brothers, they got it down. I was like, they need to keep making Marvel movies, and they did. And
just because Jeremy asked, yeah,
just because I prayed to the Russo gods and to Kevin Feige. Hail Kevin.
Yeah. More about us if you want to know. My favorite video games. We're nerds. We kind of cover everything. My favorite video game,
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2. Absolutely, I grind that way too hard. We'll talk about Battlefront 2 actually a little bit later in today's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The Arkham games. I love the Arkham games. I can't live without them. And just like fun ones. Like if I don't want to invest my time, I just want to go in and have a good time for a bit. Just Cause. You know how it's just great to go in there and just destroy everything. Like they don't even obey the laws of physics, right? What about you?
I need to start playing video games more. I've been playing Battlefront 2 a lot recently, though. I'm getting better. I was going to get it when it first came out, but I'm like so against paying for video games for some reason.
And guess who convinced him otherwise?
Yeah, he convinced me too. I was like in Walmart and I was like, should I get Squadrons? I kind of want to get Battlefront 2 to play with, all my friends. So I got Battlefront 2 for $20. And I'm so glad I did. I wish I got it earlier.
Right.
I'd probably be a lot better by now if I did. But anyways.
Yeah, well, let's get into everything today, man.
Let's get into WANDA VISION.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
all right, let's start with WANDA VISION.
I wanted to talk about this for a long time.
Yeah. It's so funny how everyone changed. I think it was 50-50 for the first 2 episodes. You had some people that are like, whoa. and some people are, you know, not really invested in the Marvel. They just like action. They were like, what's going on? Where's the cool parts?
And let me tell you, every single time somebody was like, I'm not a huge fan of the first. This guy said it too. He was
That's
like,
different.
No.
That's different. That's different.
Every time somebody came up to me and they were like, yeah, I saw the first 2 episodes. I'm honestly not a fan. I told them the same 2 things. I was like, first of all, pay very, very, very close attention. And 2, be very, very, very patient.
I'm gonna defend myself here before we move on.
Yeah, go for it.
It's not what happened. Okay, I was just impatient because I have a watch party with my friends, and there was a premiere of a movie that we were watching after, and I knew exactly what WandaVision was doing. The first 2 episodes were just going to be a lot of build up and, you know, suspense and a little tease. And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm fine with that, but like, we were about to miss the premiere for it. That's why I was kind of bitching about it. He wasn't there, so he doesn't know.
I wasn't able to make it. I was working.
Anyways, but yeah, the first couple episodes, altogether, it's been pretty crazy. Episode 5 comes out Friday, right?
Yeah. I don't think I saw something that said that they were posting 5 and 6 at the same time, like they did with 1 and 2. But I don't think that's true. I think they're just doing.
I think they
5.
shouldn't rush it at this point because there's only 9 episodes.
Yeah. So, what I want to talk about is Wiccan and Speed.
Yes.
Wanda's
they're
twins. I have.
Or if they're even real, honestly.
So, everybody is saying like, well, nobody's really drawing attention to this. So like, okay, Wanda and Vision had kids. How do you make a baby with a dead android? So in the comics, Wanda, I forget the whole reason why she does this. Basically, she was like super depressed and lonely, so she takes the souls from other people and creates babies inside of her. One named, it was like William, and then one named Thomas, which is Billy and Tommy. So what I'm wondering is whose souls did she take to make those kids? I'm guessing Speed. She took Pietro. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm guessing she took his soul, made Speed, and throughout the entire episode, Vision is like super dead set on the name Billy. So she took Vision's soul, because he's dead. She took Vision's soul, put it into Billy, and that's how we got Wiccan.
Okay. Not bad, not bad.
That's my biggest theory.
That's I think Sword, because as you can see at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Captain Marvel, it looks like they're heading a different route. I think Sword's the new Shield. Like their base, you know, their base is covering Shield's old priorities before you know it was compromised. Yeah. And I think Shield, and that's why we're gonna get into Secret Wars and stuff. Shield is more in space now, so I think Shield's expanded. So not only Earth, but it cares about other galaxies, other planets, other universes.
Well, yeah, you're right. Because like in the comics, it was called something else, but in the TV show, it's Sentient Weapon Operation. What is it called? I don't know. It's Sentient Weapons, but in the comics, it's Celestial Weapons. So
maybe they switch places. You think?
So like Celestial would back up what you're saying about like space and everything, but Sentient Weapons, I think they're gonna focus more on like the Avengers type people.
Right.
Like beings of power.
Kind of like a control group, beings of power on Earth.
Right, exactly. Which is why they're trying to figure out what's going on with Wanda and everything.
And that's probably why we got Jimmy Woo.
Yep.
And that's why we got Darcy.
Yeah, because they both have experience.
They have experience. Because, I mean, Marvel's not bad writing. They're not just going to be like, coincidentally, you know.
Right, yeah.
She showed up.
They're not just going to shoehorn them in there for no reason.
Right. They need people with experience. So I expect a lot more people that we will see. Mm-hmm. I did like Marvel's subtle detail. Obviously, you know, if you're listening on in this, you probably got the hint too, but Jimmy's card trick.
Yeah. I didn't notice
Wasp.
that until like my second or third time watching it. He goes, Jimmy Woo, and like he had the card in his hand. I was like, oh, dude, he did the thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was I like that subtle nod. What do you think?
Like, you've been practicing.
We got a couple episodes left. We already got a couple episodes left, and I'm wondering, do you think we're gonna keep with the whole trend of sitcom until the end, or do you think episode 5 and 6 are going to be the end of the sitcoms? Because we're in the 70s right now, right, or 60s?
Yeah, we're the last episode was, or episode 3 was the 70s.
Okay.
So here's what I think. So I watched the interview with Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, and Paul Bettany, pretty much everyone was like, "This is gonna start getting crazy around episode 6." So we just got episode 4.
And episode 4 is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I think we had the first 3 episodes
as build up.
No, they said it would start getting crazy around 7 and 8. So we had the first 3 episodes, and then we had the 4th one to catch us up on what Sword is doing.
What's outside the bubble right now.
Yeah, exactly. And then the 4th and 5th episode, the 5th and 6th episode, I think is going to be 80s and 90s. And then the 7th and 8th episode, things are going to start coming together. And then the 9th episode is going to be the big climax.
Right. I think they gave episode 4 for outside perspective is because they're setting people up to know that, hey, these two worlds are going to merge soon. So something's bound to happen. And
I think a huge theory was like Sword is like controlling everything and like keeping an eye on Wanda. And now we know Sword had no idea this was happening. Until Jimmy Woo went there and Monica got sucked into the
By the way,
pocket dimension.
Love that they brought in Monica.
I do too, honestly. Like, I was wondering how they were going to bring her in, but having her mom be the one that set up Sword, wow.
Genius. Yeah.
Perfect.
I like how I do like how they brought her in. It probably definitely teases future MCU. She is in the comics.
Oh, yeah. She'll be in Captain Marvel too.
Obviously.
Yeah.
She is in the comics at one point. I don't know if you read comics, you know it ranges. But she was the second Captain Marvel for a little bit.
She had also a couple of different aliases.
Yeah, it began with a P. What was it? It was
it Photon?
Photon.
Because that was if you notice when she arrives back at the Sword headquarters, they walk past a picture of her mom on the wall, and it says Maria Photon Rambeau.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I think that was just a nod to that, but I think Monica is gonna get certain or similar powers to Captain Marvel.
I think so too. I think she got. I don't think we saw it in this because that's asking too much. If she was gonna get powers from this show,
no, we're not gonna see it in this show.
Right. If we were though, it could have been something from getting blasted by Wanda. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it could. I mean, yeah, when you think about it, the Mind Stone is what gave Wanda and Vision her powers. If that gave her powers and she can use those powers to destroy the Mind Stone, she used her powers to create life.
Right.
The twins. Why can't she, give Monica powers?
So what do you think happens to Monica in episode 5? Do you think that because she's the first person we see that full on breaks. Mm-hmm. He was killed by Ultron. That set the stone that shifted everything. Yep. She was the first one to do that. So what do you think? Do you think they're all in on it? Do you think they're brainwashed?
I don't know.
I don't even know if it's brainwash anymore.
I had so many theories, but none of them make sense now. This is what I love about Marvel. So many people are saying so many theories with loopholes everywhere. But Marvel has it figured out already. They already know, like, they're like watching all our YouTube videos and being like, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah.
We have no idea. And I had a few theories. But every episode I watch, I'm like, okay, there goes that theory. There goes that theory.
Yeah, you remember the big theory in Endgame when we were going to see, what was his face? The big thing was we didn't even think the villain was going to be Thanos. It was going to be a Nihilus, right?
I thought it was Galactus that we thought it was going to be.
It probably was both.
Yeah, I mean...
Because it was going to be Avengers Annihilation.
Oh, yeah, we thought it was going to be Annihilation. Remember when I predicted the title?
Yeah.
Literally right after Infinity War came out, I predicted the title and the color of the letters.
I think Endgame was appropriate. It's been only mentioned a couple times throughout the MCU timeline, and it is the Endgame, and that's what Doctor Strange said. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange breaks the fourth wall. So I think
Well, Tony Stark did it before he did in Ultron.
That up there.
That up there. That's the end game.
So,
How are you guys planning on beating that?
Yeah. Together. What was I saying? What do you think? How do you think it's gonna end? Because personally, yeah, I think that some way somehow. See, I can't even make a proper prediction right now.
That's the problem. I'm like making predictions on how Billy and Tommy came to be. I can't make a prediction on where the show is going as a whole.
I think.
I don't know.
I think personally, I've said this from the beginning. I think that Vision, where Wanda is trying to fix Vision, and she's in his mind. She's playing with his mind because, like we heard in Infinity War, Vision is not just the Mind Stone. He's a complicated mixture, but he's broken, and she's trying to use her abilities to try to fix everything, try to patch it up, and maybe she created this reality, and kind of realized, like, in this reality, Vision's alive, but this is the only way I could keep him. That's why she's so sensitive about it, and I think this isn't just her. I think this is a whole Palpatine Anakin situation where someone with as much power or more power is manipulating her to and encouraging her to do this because Wanda is a hero. She wouldn't stoop to this level. She wouldn't kidnap a bunch of people unless she was motivated in a way that make her seem like it was deemed necessary. And I think once we figure that out, I think either Wanda's and Vision are gonna do it themselves, or Sword's gonna do it. But they're gonna break that reality, Wanda's reality, and we're gonna see Wanda, because she's becoming stronger and stronger as the show progresses. As you can see, she literally was like, in episode 2, she was like, no. And rewound time.
Yep.
There was that jump glitch in, was it episode 3 or episode 4?
It was episode 3.
When Vision was kind of getting onto her, and then it just so you could see her strength and power and stuff, and it's increasing exponentially. And you know who is an expert on dealing with threats at a cosmic scale? Doctor Strange. I definitely could see towards the end, obviously probably the last episode, it get to a scale that is so powerful that Doctor Strange needs to step in, and that's how we lead into Doctor Strange 2.
I completely agree with that, honestly. I don't think there is a higher power kind of manipulating Wanda. I think she has just completely lost her mind, which, by the way, she is a very dangerous person to completely lose her mind.
She almost killed Thanos.
And, yeah, she would have killed Thanos. It was confirmed by the Russos. But I think she's completely lost her mind, and anything that even resembles the reality outside of this bubble that she's created, she just wants to get rid of it. Just like
this is
when the beekeeper came, she knew that he didn't belong there because she created this world, so she just says no. Rewind. Vision starts to question the validity of where they're living. Rewind. Monica mentions the outside world. She kicks her out. So I think Wanda wants to be stuck in here. I don't think anybody's manipulating her. I think she's completely lost her mind, and she just wants that life that she never had with Vision. Because if you remember how she talked about, her childhood sucked.
Yeah.
She grew up in Sokovia.
Parents got just annihilated.
Killed by Stark missiles.
Stark. She
never had this normal life, so that's why, and I think that's why it's sitcoms. I'm willing to bet that all her and Pietro had growing up was a small TV that they could just watch sitcoms
Right,
on.
That's good. Yeah.
So I'm guessing like that's all they had, and she just wants to live her life that way because she loved them. And you know what also ties into that theory is we haven't heard her mention her brother's name since Age of Ultron. When you think about it, she hasn't mentioned his name, so obviously it has some relevance here.
I would like to point out too, as soon as she mentions her brother, her accent comes back.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
came back just a little bit.
But with that's why she chose to violence so quickly, because with that accent, when she had that accent, she wasn't a good guy. she worked with Ultron for, majority of
the better half of or not the better half, but most of the movie.
Right. So, I think that's how shocking that is. I think once she learns how to tap into this power and she brings back Vision, she realizes that Vision, she doesn't just stop at Vision. She can get her brother back,
Well, I don't think she'll get her brother or Vision back. I think, like what I said, I think she used their souls to make her kids. So okay. I don't know. It's like I said, because Paul Bettany is not cast in Doctor Strange. He's not cast in Spider-Man 3, which we'll talk about in a minute. Unless they're like keeping it super under wraps, he's not cast in any of them. And like Darcy said, she pointed out the obvious for all of us. She was like, he's dead, right? Not blipped, dead. So obviously, yeah, he's dead, and it's well known. So how is he here? And is Wanda actually going to be able to bring him back?
Overall, do you think Vision's coming back?
I don't know. So right now, Paul Bettany, and I guess no, Paul Bettany is the longest running actor in the MCU right now.
Jarvis.
Technically, Nick Fury is as well, but right now he's the longest lasting character that we know of. So here's my question: is he at the end of his rope, or is there still more to his contract?
Yeah, is this goodbye for Vision?
Right, like did he just sign on to do this TV show and that's it, or that's really what it comes down to?
Well, the way they talked about WandaVision in their interviews and stuff, it seems more optimistic. It seems like he's excited for the future.
It definitely does, but
I mean, obviously,
where does Vision fit in the story going from here? Like, what does he have anything to do with the Multiverse of Madness or Quantum Mania or Spider-Man 3? Like, where does he fit in?
Well, who knows if this WandaVision concludes with Vision's alive, Vision's dead. Maybe the way that she wanted to bring back Vision didn't work, but she learns about the multiverse, and by exploring the multiverse, right, she can find one with Vision. And maybe Evan Peters, Quicksilver.
I think Evan Peters is gonna play Speed, Tommy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so. My whole theory was Evan Peters as Tommy
in like a couple years.
Harry Styles as Billy.
That would be nice.
Harry Styles. Okay, Marvel has been talking to Harry Styles for years, or at least wanted to. And I've been like, where would he fit? At first, I was like, no,
he's very mystical. I feel like
he's got the persona of Wiccan.
He does.
He's got the whole vibe.
I know that sounded weird, like Harry Styles mystical, but you know what I'm saying. I
mean, look at his Instagram, for God's sake. I mean, like,
he would, if there's anyone to bring in, like if you could take Harry Styles and make him anyone, I feel like Wicked would be perfect because he's a man of power. And now that you say, because I love Nova, I gotta mention this. I think because of popularity, if the MCU did confirm that we're eventually gonna get Nova, I think we're gonna get not. I'm drawing a blank.
Richard Rider.
We're not gonna get Richard Rider.
It should be Richard Rider.
I think we're gonna get.
That's the one I grew up with. I gotta go with.
I think it's gonna go with the kind of like Captain Marvel, where Marvel, who was the original Captain Marvel, is in it. So Richard Rider's in it, but it's not his story.
But he's gonna give the power to, because when in the MCU timeline, when Nova gets his power is when the Nova Corps is destroyed. So
right.
Nova already exists, unless they're gonna go a different route. But in the comics, the story was whatever it's called, Xandar was completely demolished, and the lasting members of the Nova Corps gave all their power to Nova. Or no, it was a Day. What was he was played by John C. Reilly in the Guardians movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that he gave Nova all of his powers. So literally in the MCU timeline, that already happened, which is why I thought Nova would be an Endgame. Right,
and obviously that's why the Russo brothers made that joke, making people go back and rewatch Endgame. Oh, he's in the battle. He's in the final battle. Yeah. I think I know it's not everyone's first choice, but I think that if they do introduce Nova, they should say he was in the battle, but you just didn't see it. Because if Doctor Strange, well, that's exactly. So why would Doctor Strange miss out on bringing Nova into the battle?
That's a good point. Unless
Doctor Strange is.
You know how like the entire movie of Endgame, Captain Marvel is off like helping other worlds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Nova's doing that. I don't think.
Ooh, that could bring in the Captain Marvel too. She has that opportunity to stop what she's doing on other worlds and come here because it's like a buddy cop movie with Nova.
Oh yeah, Nova's like, no, I have to stay here and help these guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There you go. We just created a theory out of midair.
You're welcome. So let's get into the good one. Let's get into Spider-Man 3, and boy oh boy, I just want to say before I let him, because this is his thing. I almost cried when I found out that Charlie Cox is coming back.
Might be coming back. Remember, I know everybody is going to be in this movie.
But I love it. Daredevil, I have trouble with TV shows. He knows. It's really hard for me to finish a TV show and consistently watch it. But Daredevil.
Unless it's fucking Rebels.
But I don't know. When watching Daredevil, I couldn't stop. It was great. It was good. And I think besides Robert Downey Jr., besides the trio, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth, he is the best casted and best portrayed live-action superhero actor we've ever seen.
I agree. There's no one else that can.
It blows my
play
mind.
Daredevil as well as Charlie Cox does.
Right. Besides Ben Affleck, no, God, we don't talk about it. Yeah, I know. We don't talk about Ben Affleck's.
Okay. Anyways, time for me to take the reins. Okay, you guys have no idea how fucking crazy Spider-Man 3 is gonna be. Now I'm hearing that it's gonna be 2 parts. It's insane. Okay, so I've known about Toby and Andrew for a long time being in this movie.
I'll give him that. He has.
And then something was like leaked on Instagram, and I was like, "People know about this?"
No, that's mine.
That's my knowledge.
I want the credit.
I want it all. So yeah, like I saw that posted on Instagram, and I was like, "All right, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. I can talk about this now." And then as time went on, I was like, "Wait a minute. They're not figuring out all these other people that are going to be in the movie. Obviously, like Electro, Dr. Octopus, the 2 Spider Women.
I do think She-Hulk's going to be in it.
I don't think She-Hulk's going to be in
it. I say that. I don't think she's going to play a big role in it. I think she's going to be... It's going to be like one of those introductions that leads into her own show. And I say that because she's also... plays an attorney in the MCU or MCU in Marvel. She's an attorney, so we're either going to see it as she's representing Spider-Man or she's against Spider-Man. I think it would be cool to see her be representing Spider-Man, and then you know how in Daredevil in the show, Daredevil Matt Murdock, is a lawyer, and then so he's opposite side Spider-Man, and so he dresses up as Daredevil. As the movie progresses and tries to interrogate him, and then I think he at that point he kind of finds out, oh, he's actually a good guy.
What if I just thought of this? SWORD, Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division, right? Oh, I got that right.
Hey, there we go.
SWORD monitors sentient weapons. What if they assign Daredevil and She-Hulk to Spider-Man to represent him?
Yeah.
What if they're both on his side?
Because, I mean, you obviously, at the end, you're shocked, but I don't think people realize that everyone, all powered beings, S.H.I.E.L.D., SWORD, they know Spider-Man's good. They know he's not a murderer,
right,
Exactly. So I think it's basically the world... the human population against Spider-Man. It's not the world against Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man has all his Avengers, and I think the whole Spider-Man being a murderer and being wanted, I don't know if that's going to play a bit. It's going to be obviously a point of the movie, but I don't know if it's going to be as big as the sequel led on.
I think it's gonna be huge.
Why do you say that?
Well, so there were leaked set images of like flyers posted everywhere about wanted Spider-Man, and there were also some like Spider-Man is a good guy. They were going both ways. But there were a bunch of them that were like justice for Mysterio and crap like that. I don't think they would drop a bomb like that on us to not have it go anywhere. And also I heard that this is going to be a two-parter. So what if the first part of the movie is him trying to clear his name, and he eventually does, and then in the second part it's the Sinister Six going, no, we didn't like that, we're going to kill you now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's very loose theory.
How do you think? What do you think about the multiverse being in Spider-Man 3? How do you think that's going to incorporate?
So, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is coming out after Spider-Man.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So they're gonna have to explain that between here and now.
I think it's okay.
I'm hoping, and I think that they're gonna explain it a little bit in WandaVision, because to me, it looks like Wanda created her own pocket dimension. So what they're doing is they're using facial recognition software to figure out who these people in her pocket dimension are. I think that when they recognize the people, when they finally get their ID and who they are, I don't think it's that person at all. I think it's that person from another dimension. So they look the same, but they have different names, which is why Peter Parker can look different in different dimensions.
Okay.
And they can all come in, So I think she literally... So like they said, Westview doesn't exist in New Jersey. So I think she literally just took a slice of cake out of another world called Westview, stuck it in her world.
Oh, wow. I like this. I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, and then she has all of her, all the people that lived in the Westview on the other dimension, now they live here.
And Westview, that could be big.
Because Westview doesn't exist like that. That's not just a throwaway
it's
line.
Eastview.
It doesn't exist.
It's Eastview in another.
It's not Eastview.
In this dimension.
The guy said that he's from Eastview, but it's not in the same place. He said the town, that whole area, doesn't exist at all.
Okay.
It just appeared out of nowhere.
What if though? What if it is? No, I'm kidding.
What if?
What I'm thinking is.
What if you're fucking wrong?
What if you're an idiot? What if in another? This is what I just think. In another dimension, it is Westview and there's no Eastview, so that's why it shifted. So it's like those little things. I think Westview, if it's not if it's not fixed, by the end of WandaVision, if it everything goes back to normal, happy ending, XYZ, blah blah blah. I think that's how we get our multiverse. How we get our Spider-Man, how we get Evan Peters maybe as Quicksilver, how we get Multiverse of Madness. I think Westview, right?
Deadpool 3 is already in development.
That is true. I'm very confused on that, on how they're gonna do that, because
Deadpool 3?
No. How they're gonna introduce the X-Men and when?
Oh yeah. I don't know, because it's some of them aren't the same actors. Some of them are. Wolverine is being recasted. I know who it's gonna be. Storm is being played by Halle Berry again.
That's awesome.
Shoot, what was...
Channing Tatum as Gambit. Can we...
That's who we want as Gambit, but I haven't heard anything about that.
The poor man has been trying to play Gambit since he was Duke in G.I. Joe.
He wants it. He wants it, and he doesn't... I mean, he would do good in that role. But I think the only reason that they wouldn't let him do it is because if he does it, then Jonah Hill has to be in that movie too, and they don't want him.
Right. Dude, they screwed him. I'm Channing, if somehow, some way you're watching this, we want you as Gambit.
Dude, Marvel knows what they're doing. They know what the fans want. I would say Disney and... Okay, I want to be very careful how I word this. The separate divisions of Disney that oversee Marvel and Star Wars... Kevin Feige.
Just Kevin Feige. He said Star Wars.
So does Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Those three dudes, they know what we want. So Kevin Feige is not going to fuck it up. He's not.
No, I know. I would never ever accuse him of doing that.
He's not going to put Ryan Gosling as Gambit. It's going to be freaking Channing Tatum if they do it.
Danny DeVito as Gambit. Oh, Danny DeVito could be
recast as Thanos.
You know who actually? I keep drawing a blank. Let me. You go ahead and continue. Let me rethink what I was thinking.
So let me get back to Spider-Man 3 real quick. It's gonna be insane. It's going to be insane. Like, there are some actors that I don't have any confirmation on the characters that they're playing. I haven't even told him. There are some actors that are in this movie that are like, okay, it's got to be that character. It's gonna blow your freaking minds. And everyone's like kind of rubbing it off like it's nothing. Like, oh yeah, okay, Toby and Andrew are gonna be in this. You have no idea. That's literally the tip of the iceberg. This movie's gonna be insane.
I wanna keep talking about Spider-Man 3, but I just I put 2 and 2 and I clicked, and I have a theory about WandaVision now.
What's that?
So obviously, WandaVision some way somehow is going to lead to the multiverse. And what if? Now I have two ways on this. What if that's how we get AIM?
Okay.
Because the beekeeper, I mean,
he looks like an AIM soldier.
He looks like an AIM soldier.
Yeah.
You see hexagons everywhere.
Yep.
You see hexagons everywhere.
Jimmy Woo wrote it on the board too. He was like, "Why hexagon shape?"
Right. They don't do that just to mess with people,
I know,
right?
Marvel doesn't just throw crap in like that just to be like, "Hey, look over here while we're doing something over here."
Right.
You know? Everything has a meaning.
I think either it's introduced in the multiverse, and that's why when and you could see in episode 4, that man that went down into the sewers transitioned from a normal person to a beekeeper, because she can see into the multiverse, so she could see AIM, or we have a Hydra Shield situation where Sword thinks they're the good guys, but they're secretly being compromised by AIM.
That's true. Well, I mean,
and Danny DeVito as MODOK.
Actually, that wouldn't be bad.
That would be pretty funny. I'm the trash man.
I see what you're saying, and that's definitely a real possibility. But would that happen twice to a big organization like that? First with Hydra, and then with
we never got. I feel like it'd be easier because we've never got the credibility of Sword. How do we know that Sword supervision? They were only made in the 90s or past the 90s.
We haven't really had that validity with Sword yet, but also, I mean, he didn't know he was going to turn into a beekeeper.
Yeah, no, but Wanda's whatever Wanda's doing made him do that. So what if she's hinting at in another dimension Sword's AIM?
Because she is in control of everything. So.
Right. So she could see the multiverse right now and be like, "Oh, in a different multiverse, you're AIM."
That also explains why she reacted like that when she saw him. She was just like, no. I mean, it's just a beekeeper climbing out of a sewer. Like, that's not something you would say no and freaking reverse time over. So she had to have recognized that from somewhere.
Who knows?
And that was before, I think, and that was before she saw the shield emblem on Monica's necklace.
The sword emblem?
The sword emblem. Because like the beekeeper, he had the shield emblem on his back, but she wouldn't have recognized that already.
The sword emblem.
Did I say shield again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
We just missed shield.
Dude,
we want you back.
It's been like 13 years since the first Iron Man came out. I'm used to shield.
It's gonna feel
Homeland Intervention something logistics division. I forget what it's called.
It's gonna be weird. I will confidently say I think that's how it's gonna go out. Is Sword's the new Shield, and then Shield, because of its experience of everything going on leading to the everything in the Infinity Saga, they pass on. They lead to more intergalactic stuff. The Galactic Confederation is just Nick Fury.
Yeah. It's just him.
It's just him. But that would be nice. Yeah, we'll go back. Sorry, I just thought about that. We can go back to Spider-Man 3.
I mean, shoot, I know too much. I know too much, and there's so little that I can say. Pretty much I'll let the internet do the work for me. You guys say, you tend to find shit out anyways.
Right. You guys somehow just screwed millionaires and billionaires over a span of 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty
awesome.
I still don't even understand that whole situation fully. But anyways, You guys are a lot smarter than me because I just get told the information. You actually go out there and figure it out somehow.
Right.
So I'll wait for you to do that. But yeah, like the shit that I've been told, it's gonna be crazy. There's no doubt about that. And Tom Holland has repeatedly said that he wants to play Spider-Man until he gets to the old man Spider-Man storyline.
He's Uncle Ben.
Oh God. That actually brings me to my next thing. People were like, oh, we wanted Tobey Maguire as Uncle Ben, but then we wanted him as now that we hear he's gonna play Spider-Man again, we want him as Spider-Man. Why not both?
Right. The universe, the multiverse is infinite.
Exactly. If he plays Uncle Ben, like say the movie opens up on a flashback of it's kind of like a little fanfic, but it could work. The movie opens up on a flashback of Spider-Man or Peter Parker, Tom Holland Peter Parker at the Stark Expo in Iron Man 2 with Uncle Ben, played by Tobey Maguire. One of the what's his name? One of the army one of the hemorrhoids, that's what
hemorrhoids. Uncle Ben, that's MCU. If you didn't know, Jeremy's secret, Uncle Ben dies from hemorrhoids.
Uncle Ben dies from hemorrhoids.
You're sad to see.
One of the hammer droids kills him, and that kind of like scarred Peter forever. And then, literally, Peter Parker from another dimension comes in looking exactly like Uncle Ben. He would react insane, like his reaction would be insane.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was just kind of like a little thing that I wrote in my head.
I like that. But. Well, moving on. As much as I love talking about Marvel,
there's just so little that I can say about Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's the most frustrating thing.
It is so frustrating.
Let's shift to space, and specifically a galaxy far, far away. We need. I wanna talk about this, even though the news is everyone knows now. It's died down, but we're new to the podcast scene, so we're not up to your guys' speed. We will be when we start live streaming. Battlefront 2, my favorite game now of all time. I play it probably hours. Too much. A level. I got it. I was late to the scene. I think I got it. I would say right as they got Grievous and Obi-Wan in there.
They weren't in there from the beginning?
No. Okay, so
I just bought the game like 4 months ago. I don't know.
So if you don't know, that was one of those issues with Battlefront when it opened.
Wait, Kenobi wasn't in it first?
No, it was. I think it was only the original trilogy, and then some sequel.
Wow.
And even to unlock to play them, not even to play them like in battle, was like you had to buy them first, and then you had to earn the points to get them. And I think the points were ridiculous. It was like 8,000 or 12,000 instead of 4,000. But yeah. Anyways, I got it semi early on. Right when they started to make it good. And then I played it for a couple. I really wasn't that invested. And then I started to pick it up again once. I would say after season 7 of the Clone Wars came out, and I finished it. I was back on my Star Wars grind, and I wanted to play it. I do think that Fallen Order had some influence it a little bit, and I got on it, and I've been obsessed with it. I'm almost max level heavy. I'm level 260 something Darth Maul, Old Master skin. I grinded that. I
helped him.
Yeah.
I was there.
My last kill to get Old Master was Obi-Wan Kenobi. That was the best. We were playing Heroes vs. Villains. I had 1 kill left, and everyone that we would play with, I would message them on Xbox, yo, 1v1 me, please, because you're Obi-Wan. I'm about to get Old Master. 1v1 me.
I kept saying he should just get it honorably and just kill him naturally. But
I did, kill him naturally, but I did have to.
DM'd him before.
But I asked them if they would 1v1,
Yeah, I guess a 1v1 is okay.
Yeah.
Because that's how it ends in Rebels.
It took so long. But anyways,
We were on for like hours before somebody agreed to let it. No, you didn't even. Nobody even agreed. You just like fucking did it. Like, screw it.
No.
Anyways,
I remember he said, no, you got to earn it.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's do this. And he kicked my ass a lot.
It was fun.
A lot. I think I was too busy on button mashing. I was like, throw, spin, throw, spin, choke, throw.
Yep.
But anyways, getting way off track. Epic Games launched it for free for a whole week.
Yep.
And because of that, they gained around 20 million new players.
That's insane.
Which makes me so happy because I love the game so much, and I hate how it doesn't get enough credit. Shout out to everyone that worked, every developer, everyone that worked on that game. You guys rock. You guys made an amazing game. I love it. And so when I finally got that good recognition, it's just nice to see. Anyways, did EA? You remember when Star Wars posted, or when Lucas Games, is that what they call it now?
I don't even know. I don't really play a lot of Star Wars video games. I'm like a huge Star Wars and Marvel nerd, but I've never been into the video game side of it. But I'm slowly getting into it. So I don't.
It's LucasArts. No, yeah, Lucasfilm Games. It's just Lucasfilm Games. So they decided, because Disney had a contract where only Disney or EA would make Star Wars games, and then now anyone can, and that's how it used to be. Everyone knows the golden age of Star Wars games, 2005-ish. Star Wars.
That was the only Star Wars game I played.
Republic Commando, Classic Battlefront 2. I can go on and on. Jedi Academy.
Yep. I think I played Jedi Academy too, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Was that the one Clone Wars game?
Mm-mm.
It was like the animated characters. I forget what that was called, but I played that a lot.
What was I hinting? I'm getting to a point. I just go off.
You're getting there.
I'm getting one day. Don't worry. In episode 2, now that I everyone's happy to see that, because I'm not saying EA is bad, but everyone knows the thing with EA.
They're stupid.
There we go. They rushed it. They rushed. They don't like things in production for a while. That's why when EA kind of took the mantle for Star Wars game developers, we got the cancellation of the Darth Maul game, which breaks my heart because Darth Maul is my favorite Star Wars character.
So dumb.
1313 was canceled, and a bunch of others. I think it was a rumor that Battlefront 3 was canceled too, and it was like a couple weeks before being released.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's nice to see this now because it's more creative that way. It's a competition.
Right.
So EA
just doesn't give a shit anymore. So give it to someone that does, and then EA is gonna be like, why weren't we doing this before?
Right.
Why are we half-assing this?
I like this because not only are we gonna get a lot more Star Wars games, but we're gonna get. I can guarantee we're gonna get increased quality games from EA, because they still Fallen Order's their baby.
Fallen Order was good.
Fallen Order was good.
But I saw gameplay and everything. That game is gorgeous.
But this is gonna shock them because now they have something to work towards, because there's other developers that want to make a. Bethesda is now making an Indiana Jones game, which is a part of Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
The developers, I'm pretty sure of. I think there was rumors of Knights of the Old Republic 3, or the developers of Knights of the Old Republic are making another game. But it just shows you about that. So it really is going to step up EA's game, which is nice. I would, as much as I like old Battlefront 2 and old Battlefront 1, pre-Disney era,
As do most people.
I would like to see DICE on Battlefront 3. I think Battlefront 3 is now more possible. It's more hopeful. It's more certain. I wouldn't say certain, but it's there. It's very well could be there.
It's now in the hands of people that care.
It's enough. 20 million people in less than 2 weeks is enough to make Disney and Lucasfilm Games go, we should probably do something about that. We should probably do something about that.
Probably do something.
So it's I would like to say sometime in the future we'll get a Battlefront 3. I would like DICE to work on it, and that's the good thing now is because now EA isn't in charge of now that EA is not in charge of Star Wars, the rules are different. With EA, you knew like games were rushed. They had to be within 2 to 3 years or they're canned. Yep. So DICE can really take their time, and I'm patient. I'll wait a long time.
I would rather wait 5 years than be handed a half-ass piece of shit.
Yeah, we're on we're almost a decade for GTA 6. We're patient.
Hey, if it's a good game, then I don't care.
Right. Red Dead 2. See, take a book from Rockstar's page. Like, yeah, their games take a long time to release.
But they're good.
My God, yeah. Yeah, anything else you want to add to that?
GTA Online gets a little bit boring after a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think they've kind of milked...
They've milked the crap out of GTA 5.
Yeah.
Or GTA 4? What
GTA 5. They milked the crap.
I don't even know at this point. It's been too long.
GTA 5, yeah, they, with online, because I know the big thing was there was a new heist, and it was on, like, they built, like, a whole new map. Well, not map, a whole new, like, section, like a little island.
Like, put this in the sixth one.
Right, but they couldn't, you can't explore it. It's only there for the mission. That's it. Like, if, like, there's a gate, and you just can't go past it. So it's like a, yeah. Anyways.
Make the goddamn sixth one.
Anything else you want to add?
I know too much. I can't say a lot.
Well,
there's a lot more. I think we should keep them at just about an hour.
I guess so. Well, I'm RD.
Jerikai.
This is a good first episode. I like this.
It was, yeah.
We'll be back Thursday. WandaVision Eve.
Probably end up posting this on Thursday. So if you see this on YouTube, go check out the live. Yeah, we'll be doing something live.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We can I think Thursday we'll kind of try to dedicate it towards WandaVision Eve. We'll have more analysis. We'll have more stuff prepared, because I think we just wanted to talk about our love of nerd culture, how much we love Marvel and Star Wars and DC and everything.
We just gave you guys a shovel and you started digging deep into us. That's all this was.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun. So
it's gonna be fun.
See you next time.
Goodbye, motherfuckers. I'll cut that out.
That was good.